Had you seen any of the films? Well, did you rewatch those films as you were about to go into post-production? The ones that they were, like
Yes,
Sholay,
I
Diwar.
yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, I knew these films really well because I watched them so many times. So it wasn't like, but I did go watch a few, particularly certain scenes.
Mm.
Sholay, Diwar, Zanjeer, I watched. Um, not entire, not full films, not the other films I didn't watch fully, but certain scenes for sure. But like I said, I knew these films really well. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I watched it so many times. It's like I know the dialogues and I know what's coming next, and not just because of the project, because I've just been a
Yeah.
diehard fan.
I think for me, aside from Sholay and Diwar, Zanjeer, I haven't seen in a long time. I gotta see it again. I don't even remember anything about it, which was obviously their main, film. But for
Yes,
me, Shakti and Trishul,
yeah,
they were like, especially Shakti, the dialogues between, Dilip Kumar and Amitabh Bachchan were just
yeah,
phenomenal. Like, in the scene.
yeah. Father
Yeah,
son.
yeah, it was incredible. I was gonna ask you about in terms of your own career before this, and you said you have done nonfiction. Have you ever had any interest in doing fiction, or that just hasn't come about yet?
No, I am interested. I've done a few, not a lot, but it just hasn't come my way. And it's not that I've steered away from it. It just hasn't, and also somewhere I think this industry works by example. So you get what you've done. And that's the honest to God truth. But I also feel that I find nonfiction extremely challenging. And because, I mean, it's a blank canvas, there's no script. Um,
Yeah, it's
there's a
fun.
structure, there's a thought, but you don't know what your first shot is. You don't know where you're going to start. You have no idea. Like even in Angry Young Men, we didn't know that we were going to start like that. We had another opening, and then the opening kept changing, and it just evolves from the material. As you watch it, you say, "Oh, this is better. Oh, this
Yeah.
is the next day it's rubbish," and then you find something else, and finally you get what you've really been looking for. Unlike fiction, where it's sort of more structured, there is a script, which of course there also you play around and you move the pieces depending on what's working better. But no, I would love to work on fiction. It's not something. I mean, I don't see that why we have to be boxed in. That if
Yes.
you're an editor who does only documentaries or you only cut ads. Editing is a craft. It's a skill. You're a storyteller at the table. So it doesn't matter what you're doing and what format, what genre, it doesn't matter.
But
So
sorry, go on.
no, please
I was
carry on.
saying I will say this, that if you are a, a non-fiction director or editor or, writer, producer, but specifically director and editor, it's easy to go into the world of
Fiction.
fiction. Vice versa, not so much, because it's a completely, I say this to almost everybody I talk to about, filmmaking, and especially in the doc world, is that not knowing where the film is going to go, especially because as a filmmaker, you're almost an audience,
Yeah,
especially if you're following like a real-time story. Not knowing where the film is going to go excites the hell out of me, but at the same time scares the crap out of me.
yeah,
And that's what it is. And
yeah.
that's what's so exciting. Like you said, the challenge, it's just such an exciting thing that you have these multiple emotions going on, not sure where this is going to go. And then you become an audience member essentially.
Yeah. No, I mean, cutting documentaries is non-fiction material is honestly, I don't know if it's everyone's cup of tea because you like Angry Young Men, we had like 700, 800 hours of footage. I mean, that's
I can
a
imagine.
lot to go through, to make sense of, to cull out what you need, to sift that out. It's not easy. It's hard work, and you just have to keep at it and keep watching the material time and again. But so, like you said, the transition from fiction to non-fiction is tougher, but vice versa. I mean, the other way around is it's much easier because you just you have a structure to work with. You have a script in fiction. So yeah.
One of my favorite moments, I should say, is the one where Javed Akhtar says about when he goes to five-star hotels and he lies down and he's like, "Do I really deserve this?" And he gets emotional. What was your favorite part aside from the one that you already just told me? Any other scenes that you really or dialogues or something that they said that
Yeah, I mean, there are so many.
I know.
I love that moment. It was a cut that I did very organically. It wasn't something that I thought of a lot. Whereas when Salim Saab is sipping his tea and
Mm,
it cuts to Javed Saab sipping his tea, there was something that was just like, and they're sitting in two different spaces. But I found that interesting how, you just brought them together, even though physically they're not in the same space. So for me, that moment was of course it was a cut that I did, and I enjoyed that. And otherwise, in terms of moments, of course, even Javed Saab's story about the torn pant, and he
mm,
says that how can you be left with only that one pant in your life? That's all he had. That really hit home. It it just it just, I mean, you feel that, oh my God, these people have also struggled for so long and achieved what they did. So that was, and even when Salim Saab says that, and honestly says that he didn't have it in him to become an actor. So it's
yeah,
okay. It's also okay to accept that, you know what, I came here to do this, but this is not for me. I can't do it. It's okay to say I failed at that. And and then I'll do something else or find something else that is my skill set. So when he says that I didn't have the art of projection, so you just stop. It's okay. So of course there are so many moments, and
right.
the ending for me, even when Javed Saab talks, when he reads out that
Yeah.
the part from the forward in Tarkash, that was lovely. Yeah,
That that was
what have you achieved? What have you done?
If you want to watch the full conversation of this clip, be sure to click here and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.